The open reach have been here again this morning. They have the most weird working practices. There was 2 vans came, one parked in the yard ticking over for a good 20 minutes. And I aren't entirely convinced they ever got out. Because clearly the fibre is still to connect up or something, but there was well, it's understandable in a way that they came and looked at it. Oh, it's too wet, we can't do it because it's literally pissing down. And yeah, well, we can assume that's what they were going to do. Connect the fibre up. But when they've done that, we're still weeks off actually having mobile cover. I mean, you know, to be fair, it's not a good time of year to be working anything like that, is it? But I think they're just making hay while the sun shines at this job, and all the other places are doing the same thing. It has been a lot more rain than I would have expected. In fact, I wasn't particularly expecting anything to stay until about now. They showed rain for today, but I must admit it didn't look like much at all. It showed light rain, and it's been raining quite heavy since about 3 or 4 in the morning. Oh, they're getting pellets up there. No, the open reach are here now, so they are still in the area. Oh, he's getting out. He's got out of his van. I like to put the side lights on down here because it has lights on the top of the trailer. They're just a bit better for shining over the hedges without necessarily having the headlights on. So yeah, we've just passed 10 millimetres already, because the problem is it's sort of the wind's off the sea a bit, and yet if you look on the radar image, this rain is coming up from the southwest. It doesn't really look all that bad on the radar, but Jesus, it's been heavy time or two. In fact, now I looked at the radar before I set off about 10 minutes ago. It looked like it was moving steadily away and would probably... Wait, it's not going to stop, but it's going to get a lot less quite soon. But I saw John Hardesty was taking sheep in. I think he may have got these as well. There's some in there, and some were coming down from Daleview. I'm not sure it was all the same block. They have about eaten up in there. But I have to say, that field is so much better than when I had it. It was always never really got eaten down properly. And they cut it for hay, and then he has sheep in until at least Christmas afterwards. Bloody hell. It's like going along in a boat. Through the waves going into Whitby Harbour. So I got my last load of lambs was around about the 20th of December. I'm not sure the exact date. It was shortly before Christmas. Yeah, it was the Monday before Christmas, wasn't it? And Christmas was the weekend. So what's all this watering down here? Coming down from up the quarry there, look how funny, isn't it? Sandy. Yeah, I think there's definitely a lot of drainage problems up there. It because it hasn't been much rain through January. You would have thought otherwise perhaps, but we haven't had the heavy rain, and in fact it was looking like being below average month. I'm not quite sure it will be after today. But anyway, going back to the sheep, I took a last load in about the 20th December, and I usually take a load about every month, but it can be 3 weeks, it can be a bit longer sometimes. I did worm them last time, so I was hopeful that it wouldn't be too difficult to get some good ones, but then again we've had quite poor weather, and they've about had all their grass now. But they have as much good hay as the ones, and they're getting quite a generous amount of pellets. And there was 48 or 49 left. I'm still not quite sure the exact number to one. But now there's I was hoping to get to maybe 14, but I was at least 10. But I got 12 quite easily, really, without pushing things. But I've said this every time with this year, they were so wild as hell. There was one of them, he didn't come in the pen. I say he, I don't know, it's a male. He didn't come in the pen, and this was so distressing to him. He was running backwards and forwards, and then where I closed the gate, I always put the quad bike up against it just so they can't push it. And he went to that end of the pen, jumped up on the quad bike, and then straight into the pen with the others. I've seen the very same one. He every time he put a bale of hay in, he's up on top of it, inside the ring feeder. Well, he just leaps up on it in one leap. He's got a bit of cross with a goat or something, so I'm quite pleased that he's going, because he's in the trailer. And there's 2 others rather similar there. It's not insignificant that those all have horns, because they've got a bit of throwback to the blackface or Wales or so that they came from. Oh, you cunt. Our bin day is today as well. We have blue bins, and he always comes a bit earlier than expected, usually before 8, so I'd forgotten to put it out this morning. I knew it was his day, but I missed him last time because it was so windy. I didn't bother putting it out because it wasn't even quarter full anyway. So this time it was about half full. And I still hadn't put it out because it was raining and I just wasn't on the radar. But anyway, he goes down our road, then comes back out again. So I put it out for him to pick up on the way back, and he stopped, because usually they won't do that. They only pick it up one way because he has to walk round in front of the vehicle, and if I put it out on the same side, it's on the wrong side for him to get out. And it's an extra 5 steps. Oh, I was talking about mad sheep, wasn't I, again, but these seaweed horns are so demented that well, I was putting the tags in there and they were up on top of all the others, which is, they do this all the time. But when I was penning them, one of them, it wasn't actually, to be fair, it wasn't one of those, the horns. And it's not the first time it's happened, but one that sort of obsessed with leaping about all over, he jumped up and literally hit me on the head. But it wasn't very painful, like just a bit of a shock, frankly. See, jumped up practically in my face, but it didn't really hit me on the face. He sort of hit me on my ear, side of my head, sort of quite near my eye. But you know, the bizarre thing, if that had had more spiky horns on it rather than no horns, it could have really hurt you, couldn't it? It could have literally had your eye out. I don't know if that's what they're trying to do. I honestly aren't quite sure what to make of these sheep. Whether they're just mad or they really do sort of want to kill you. Anyway, I think it's the only time I've ever done it. I think I might actually warn them at the market that they might jump up at their heads because they're mad. Depends who it is, really. One of them, I think he'd think you were pathetic if you said that. Another thing, I don't know, this is the best time to just talk about. I've just been sort of thinking about trading in this pickup because it's 10 years old. Really, well, it's already 10 years old. It was first registered 10 years ago in March, so it's nearly 10 years old. And I can't fault it. It's not had anything serious go wrong, really. But it's only a matter of time, isn't it, before something does go wrong. You can't go on forever. And, you know, if it was your own private vehicle and you only use it to go to the shops, you wouldn't be all that bothered if in worst case scenario it broke down somewhere. But if you break down somewhere with a load of sheep, or worse, a load of cattle, you're a bit stuffed, aren't you? And there's breakdown and breakdown. That's the thing. You're quite unlucky if you can't get your own. But things start to go wrong with older vehicles. There's no way around it. So, you know, is it worth? You see, there's a slight problem there at the moment. If you say you wanted a Toyota Hilux, there's a 6-month waiting list. However, there's a place at Northallerton, they actually have two in at the moment, and they have a D-Max and two Hiluxes with in the region of 5,000 miles on the clock from the registered last year. You wonder why anyone did that. Maybe they didn't like it. But of those, one of the Hiluxes doesn't have a tow bar fitted, the other one does. The D-Max has a tow bar fitted, and it's a little bit cheaper, but not much. You're talking about 2,000, but basically they're more or less full price for because of the waiting list it shows. But really, you know, 5,000 mile, it isn't hardly running, is it? There's nothing. It is basically new, so I have no real problem with that at all. Except what's going to be annoying to me is that they won't want to give you more than about £12,000 for this one. Whereas if you sold it privately, it'd be a good 15, I think, because it's not immaculate, because it's a bit rusty underneath here and there. But it's a wonderful truck to drive. I absolutely, well, look, I can't say I love it. I did love it when I first got it. I remember thinking that if I could have any vehicle that would actually do the work, I couldn't think of a better one. Or maybe there was one, but I had no real reason to want anything else. And it performs as a car as well. It's not outrageous to drive as a car. It's a bit big in a supermarket car park. But I don't have a car, I only have a motorbike as well. So it's fine. Because when you used to have a Land Rover and a car, because going anywhere in a Land Rover where you wanted to be clean or comfortable or go far, you just wouldn't do it. Whereas this, you could quite happily drive to the south of France, really, couldn't you? I mean, you wouldn't do, but it would be a reasonable thing to undertake. I was watching something last night actually on someone had taken their bloody caravan to Morocco. They weren't in an Isuzu, I think it was a Navara. I'm not really sure, to be honest. It might have been a Mitsubishi. I think it was a Mitsubishi, but anyway, similar pickle. I thought, well, rather you than me, because to be honest, it was quite a big caravan, and he had an issue, shall we say, where they went on this ferry, which was a smaller ferry, so it wasn't roll on, roll off. You had to go in, and most of the big lorries were reversed in. So, but the crew on board seems to know that you will be able to go in and turn at the far end of the ferry with like inches to spare. And I thought, well, that could have gone horribly wrong. Because I hate towing caravans, my limited experience of it. There's so much more overhanging at the back, and it's all sort of swings out sideways. I mean, you can hardly, with conventional mirrors on, which I haven't got proper toy mirror, you can't really see what the hell it's doing. Well, it's funny, right? I don't think we've had a day yet when I was going to the market and it was lashing down. It's about stopped again now though. Another minor issue, if you were to change the pickle, and it's not a new one, it would have warranty though, wouldn't it, still, so, but you know, there might be some kind of hidden issue. It might have had some sort of thing that made them think, oh, I don't want to keep that, it's not reliable, for example. They've finally finished the building. Oh no, they haven't. They finally finished the building. Well, there's somebody up on the chimney. Well, maybe that's a completely separate job. Something will happening on the chimney. There was some sort of drainage issue down here, wasn't there, really? It was running up out of a drain. Because they'd been doing some work on either gas or fibre or something. And I think they disrupted the drainage. They don't seem to care. This is so commonplace that they're doing one sort of work and there, it's going up there, look. Still doing that. Main road into Whitby, mind, it's clear again there, that drain. It was going down again there, wasn't it? Down again there, so it is working further down, but I still suspect that they damaged that when they were working on some other utility or doing some work. Fuel in Whitby is curiously cheap. It's one of the cheaper places around the area, and it seems to have come about because Sainsbury's to the side, so they all not necessarily match it, but they keep somewhere near it. So whether I'll use any of this video, the bus shelter's absolutely full of water. That's a weird thing to happen. It's an old bus shelter. It looks it's almost Art Deco. It certainly could be 30s. So maybe the other surfaces around it have built up In fact, I think that's quite likely, isn't it? Some kid there walking around in a sweatshirt like the one I have on, pretending it was waterproof. So I had a quick look upstairs in the B80 while I got some cattle pellets and cat food I needed, but the B88, they have a tremendous selection of clothes upstairs, and some of it's quite reasonable value. They had some, I don't really want one particular, though I was looking at them not long ago. They have some like wax jackets that are sort of middle range, if you like, around about 50 quid, 49. They looked alright, they were a bit lightweight perhaps, but you know, they would have done. But then they had these like Ridgeline, which is, I think they might be New Zealand make, I'm not very sure. Whatever. But they're over £100. I mean, it's still not outrageous, but just more than you'd particularly want to spend for a jacket that you're going to get covered in mud or cow shit or something.
She's got